All right. Who's off today? This guy is. That's who is. That's all that matters. How's everybody doing? Good to be back on. Trying something a little bit different today. I don't know if I'll end up still streaming tonight to do a little bit of Mass Effect. I'm kind of just deciding that as I go. Today's a holiday, at least here in Canada. I'm assuming it's Memorial Day in the States, but I'm not. I don't pay attention too much to what those guys do, you know? Otherwise, I've had an enjoyable day off, aside from the fact that, you know, I've been trying all day to try to get the apartment to at least be a little bit cooler because it was stupid hot over the weekend. I can't do the equation in my head. I can't do, like, the conversion. That's the word I was looking for. English is a difficult language for me. So I was going to try and stream yesterday, and it was impossible. It was so hot in here because it was over 30 degrees Celsius in this room when I would have been streaming on Sunday. It was insane, and if I turned on the fan, you guys would have heard nothing but the fan while I talked. That wasn't going to work out nicely. So I kept trying to figure out ways around it. Couldn't do it without it being like extremely noisy. We tried our best, did what we could, didn't work so well. And thankfully, because it's still May and not July, which I'm not looking forward to, I'm going to have to figure out how to... I might even have to try to figure some way to get an air conditioner in here and just hope to God I can keep it cool enough and then not have to have the thing on while I'm streaming. But, it's only like 18 degrees is the high in comparison. It's still warm in here. It's still like almost 26, which is insane given how nicely cool it is outside. But it's not 30, so I'm not complaining anymore. So now I don't have an excuse, except I would have started earlier, but apparently Final Fantasy XIV is a very interesting thing to try and model your entire stream around. The amount of HUD elements that I have moved around, both in Streamlabs and in the game, has been ridiculous. So it took a little bit extra time. I think around like 1:30 I started messing with it, and I just kept tinkering with stuff until I wanted it exactly where I wanted it. So, and who knows? I haven't even tried fighting yet. I'm still literally at like the point that you start the game where you're just waiting to get that first quest. So I haven't seen any fighting yet. So I have no idea how that's going to look at this point. So I'm going to pray to the gaming gods that it doesn't completely screw up the layout. But it is what it is. So for those either catching this live, which I don't believe anybody is right now, unfortunately, oh well, c'est la vie, life goes on. But if you're catching the VODs, whether it's over Twitch or YouTube, CS Radical on YouTube for those unfamiliar, this is going to be basically my ranting, chatting, like general, just I don't want to try too hard kind of game. You know, obviously I chat a lot when I play like Mass Effect or when I was playing Outriders, but there is still a degree of concentration. Whereas I already have played Final Fantasy XIV's free trial, except my dumbass got it on PlayStation without realizing that I've bought the game when it was put on for like free or some ridiculous price like way back when. I think I've had it on my PlayStation for like a couple of years now. And I never used it. So I thought, okay, I'll get a free trial account, this unlimited free trial account, and I'll go pop it in on PS5. Cool, that'll work out nicely. It'll be something nice to kind of do when I'm not streaming or just I need something to kind of mess with. And then I realized, oh shit, it's still a 30-day trial like it normally is when you actually have a bought copy of the game, because PlayStation's fun like that. So I ran out and went, man, you know what? After playing like 50, 60 hours of it, it's a really, really good game for just not concentrating on much. So I figure if there's any game out there that's going to be really good for just randomly talking about shit, this seems like the right game to do it. So I've decided that that's what I'm going to use for a little while. It might change. Who knows? Maybe a JRPG comes out that doesn't demand too much of my attention. I can use that. You never know, right? But this is kind of something we're going to try out. So I have a few things that I know I want to talk about, and then as I go, maybe I'll make shit up as I go. Maybe I'll find a piece of news that makes it interesting and whatever else. But yeah, I think it's just a trial thing. I don't know if this is something I'm going to do a lot. I don't know if it's something I'm going to do like once a month. I have no idea. And it obviously will would change if there were more people like to chat with. You know, obviously I'm still very, very early on in streaming, so maybe, who knows, like months down the road, this is like a perfect thing to be doing, to chat with, I don't know, like 10, 15 people, you know, kind of deal. So, but that is a somewhere down the line problem we're talking about today, so I am going to boot us into the game. And I figure the first thing, once I get us in here, turn on the volume, and we'll see how this runs for a little bit of time. Beautiful. Okay, that at least works. Cool. Now I gotta remember how to toggle him. That's already off to a good start. Why isn't that working? There we go. See, I'm used to a controller, so now I have to sit here and figure out mouse and keyboard for a while. That's gonna be interesting. But yeah, so as we get into this, the first thing that I think that makes a lot of sense to talk about is, at least here in Canada, because it's now at the point where a lot of us have the opportunity to go and finally get our first dose of the COVID vaccine. Now, a lot of people in the early stages, they got the chance to do AstraZeneca, also Pfizer, Moderna. I don't know if Johnson & Johnson's being given out here in Canada yet. I know it was supposed to have been shipped here, but I haven't seen anything showing that it's been done over here yet. So I'm not 100% sure at this point. But otherwise, you know, it's a shot. I've seen all the crazy people's ideas of, you know, what these things are possibly going to do and how it might screw everybody up. But I mean, the reality is, right, like, the risks far outweigh the virus. Like, I've seen people be like, well, you know, it might cause blood clotting in women for the AstraZeneca, for example. But then you look at the numbers, and it's like 1 in 100,000, and it's at a lesser rate than birth control pills do. So you're like, that's a little weird to take, you know, that seriously. Because, I mean, we know already that, you know, the rate that people are, I don't know, dying or even just transmitting COVID-19 is far, far higher than those who are dying of blood clots from the vaccine. Now, granted, is it a bad thing that it's doing that? Of course it is. But this is also a vaccine that we had to make because a lot of people were dying at the same time. So it's kind of one of those things where you're like, hey, maybe we ought to, like, just try to make this as safe as possible, and then, you know, we'll work out the kinks afterwards. And if the kinks are 1 in 100,000 people get a blood clot, not even die from a blood clot, but just get a blood clot, that's not bad. It's still not great. You'd like to not have a big fat 0 on that, but it's not bad. It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. We're not all, like, turning into zombies, as a lot of people probably thought. We're not, like... Although I hear the 5G internet that you get once it's put into your veins, I've heard it's just amazingly good. So, you know, maybe it really does. It doesn't matter what happens. That 5G might be the best thing. But I'm finally going to be able to get the shot. Starting, I think, last week I was eligible to get it, and then I finally got booked for this upcoming Saturday, which would be, oh my god, the 29th, I believe. So that'll be my first one. Second one will be somewhere in September, which is, you know, I don't care about that point. In fact, I guess, you know, maybe I do care a little bit, because I'm almost more nervous after I've gotten the first shot, because you know that a lot of people are going to be feeling a lot more bulletproof after one vaccine before the second one's given to them. That's the part that I worry about. Now, granted, here in Canada, actually, let me put up something that I had set up here. Is that it there? Yeah, it is. So, like, today, we've got, I don't know, it's like 1,700 cases, which is down from the average of like 2,400, which is pretty good. The positivity rate's down to about 5.7 over 6.8. So, like, the cases in all facets are getting better. Like, way better. Way better. But we're still nowhere near where we want to be. And my worry becomes that, you know, once it gets to a point where, let's say, 80% of the population in Canada, because I think we're almost at half the populations have one dose now. I remember checking, I believe it was maybe a week ago, sometime last week, and we were around 46%, 40, somewhere in the 40s for sure. And we had just leaned into second overall in terms of G20 countries in terms of the percentage of the population getting one dose. So it was a definite, really good thing for us that we took so long to start getting really going. Like the States, obviously, because they made most of the vaccines that are being shipped out to us right now, they obviously wanted to get theirs done first. And then once, the overall crowd stopped going at it, then they were like, okay, then we'll actually kind of chill out and we'll start shipping some of these more to other countries that can use it. And as soon as we got them, it's been crazy. Like the amount, I think we're almost doing like 50,000 a day, 50,000 people a day, or I might be getting my numbers crossed, but like it's a pretty good number. And we're getting close to, if not already hitting half the population being hit at least once, which is fantastic. That definitely helps the spread. That definitely helps people from not dying. But we're nowhere close to where we need to be, which is in September, which is what the government, at least the federal government, has kind of said, like, hey, that's when like anyone who wants the second dose, assuming you've gotten the first dose in the right amount of time, you'll be ready to go. Like, you'll be able to get it. Most people should be getting a full vaccination by September. And that would be the point that we all assume that things are getting back to a semblance of normalcy. We've already been told by the provincial government what opening might look like. We've been told somewhere in mid-June is when they'll start to loosen some restrictions and outdoor dining can come back. Because we've been pretty restricted since like late March, early April, I believe. I think it might be late March that it was. And it took a while to get to the point that we're at now. But obviously, we wanted to do it right. We wanted to make sure as many people were done as possible, so that the transition wouldn't have a hiccup. Because if everything goes the way that it's going right now, June will be when we start seeing some loosening, July will be when we see some more loosening, and then by September, maybe even earlier than that, depending on how much of the population's been hit twice, especially if, like, let's say 90-95% of the population's gotten one dose, that's a big deal. That really helps limit the spread. That can really justify, a lot more of the restrictions being loosened in total, because there's going to be very, very few people that are going to transmit the virus nearly as easily. And even if they do, it's going to be so asymptomatic that we're not going to notice a lot of death either. There's not going to be a lot of hospitalizations. Because the reality is at least kind of how I've envisioned it as going forward, it may just be like a flu. I don't assume that because I get this vaccine, that even when I've had the second one done, that I'm completely immune, that I'm never going to get anything. Like, it's still going to be pretty basic. Like, it's still going to be like I'm getting a flu shot every year. So I'm trying to keep myself from, thinking too hard about it and going, oh, I'm going to be able to just do whatever afterwards. No, I know that's not going to be the case. And it's okay. Like, it's been, 16 months, really? Like, we're almost at a year and a third. Like, I've basically gone 5 full seasons on this godforsaken planet without socializing the way that I used to. I don't have an issue with another 3, 4, 5 months. Like, it's not gonna kill me at this point, because I've basically become, I guess for lack of a better word, immune to missing that. I know a lot of people who are getting a little bit antsy again because they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm just like, I'm a gamer, I'm an otaku, like, I'm used to staying inside, this is fine for me, this is nothing out of the ordinary. And now having things like, the podcast and streaming and being able to play video games with all my friends, like, it's definitely allowed me the ability to kind of just relax and not take all this too seriously. Because there are a few things that I have missed over time. Like, I used to play co-op baseball, or I keep saying co-op. I do that so many times. There are some, there are always some words that, like, you struggle with because you immediately insert something else that's so close to it, but isn't. So no, I used to play co-ed softball every summer, every spring, sometimes in the fall. I even played a little bit of indoor softball, which is really interesting. It was in one of those, like those inflatable, like, soccer, like, training buildings. We did them in those, and, like, it was weird with the rules because there was, like, a certain color coding on the wall. So if the ball went foul but hit the white part of the wall, which is the upper, like, 2/3 of the wall, it's still in play, which is interesting. But it also had to count for things like the ceiling and whatever else. But it was really fun to play for one season. It was expensive as shit, but it was fun. Like, being able to play softball in the winter was pretty cool to me. So I wasn't going to complain. But I don't miss all of it. I even played floor hockey a bunch in the winter and early, like, spring, late fall, like in those seasons. You know, I did a lot of sporting. And then on top of that, obviously going to the bar with the guys that I do the VCR podcast with on Wednesdays on this channel. So there's like things back and forth, not to mention just hanging out with friends and all that stuff. Like, I still hang out with my girlfriend. She's like the one person that I've really spent any time with in a very, very small bubble. I've seen my parents maybe 3 times over the last 16 months. And most of the time otherwise it's just video calling, right? So I've been able to mostly successfully get through all of this without being too hard done by. So going through one more summer and a little bit of the fall isn't going to kill me. I'm okay with even if it was the rest of this year, because I mean, if they said, "Oh, hey, winter might be a little bit rough, so we're gonna tighten things up a little bit again," I'll live. You know, like, I'll be okay staying inside where it's warmer. You know, I'm not gonna complain too much. But I mean, otherwise, like, it's fine. It's really fine. I've obviously handled it better than I think a lot of people do, which I've kind of had to understand as well, because it's not the same for everybody. I don't know what you are. Is this some rookie thing? I don't remember seeing you before. Oh, so just this thing. Okay. Oh, right, I remember you. I kind of ignored you right away, but the symbol threw me off. Alright, back to what we were doing. So, I'm gonna finally get that first vaccine on Saturday. I'm only slightly nervous because I can't remember the last time I've been jabbed with a needle. I don't know if I'm scared of it because it's been so long that I don't know if I think I'll be fine. I'm more just like, I'm glad that I did this Saturday afternoon so that if something does go wrong, it's not gonna be, you know, crazy, like, I'm not gonna have to freak out about, you know, any symptoms, because if I'm at home and my arm hurts, oh, whatever, I got another day on Sunday to get over it before I gotta go back to work. If I did this on a work day and went to work later on, oh my god, that would have been a nightmare, because my job requires me to do a lot of lifting. That would not have been fun. So I'm glad I didn't do that. I initially was gonna do it on a weekday because of just, I thought like, okay, well, I gotta go later in the evening, so I was kind of aiming for that. And then my brain kind of went, wait, weekends, dumbass. That would be a lot easier. So I did that instead, and that was a much smarter thing to do rather than trying to fit it in on a work day where I work 8:45 to 5. So it's pretty much most of the day gone right there. And it's not like they're going to have pop-up clinics that are going to be open till like fucking midnight. So, you know, there's kind of that thing I had to think about. So at the very least, I was smart enough to go, okay, let's get it done Saturday. And with all that, like, I'll take a quick drink here. I've gone like 15 straight minutes talking here. You know, I'm just going to be glad to get it over with, honestly. It's at that point now that, you know, you waited so long for it that you're just like, man, I can't wait for it to be finally done with so we can just get back to something. Like I said, I'm okay with waiting, but like, I'd love to be able to just have something back just so there is like a semblance of, hey, like, you know, things are coming back to normal a little bit. That's the only thing with me, is just I've spent so much time not doing anything that I think it's just, it's at that point now where I'm like, man, it would be nice to kind of get back to doing something again that isn't just going to work and then going home and then playing video games and then maybe chatting with people on Discord or having a video call once in a while. It would be pretty nice to do something a little bit different for once. And, you know, it is a semblance of just missing like that usual, you know, setup that you always had. Now, granted, I've come used to a much different setup now, and I'm pretty sure I could keep doing it all the time. So it wouldn't be too difficult for me. But hey, it'd still be nice to finally get in there and you know, be able to see people again and maybe not hug, maybe not go crazy, shake hands, all that stuff, but at least like be in the general vicinity of again. It'd be kind of nice. Why can't I see where Bo is on this list? It's right at the top. Whew. I hope the vaccine doesn't make me any dumber. That would be worrisome. And I forgot to target you. Well, that's a shame. Well, at least I know where the button is this time. I'm pretty stoked, though, to finally have it done. Oh, I gotta agree a different person with the... See, I'm bad at reading, too. Okay, so it's neat. So the vaccine better fix my eyesight, fix my hearing, because I'm kind of half deaf in one ear because of, you know, punk rock band as you know, a teenager. And maybe my brain will get fixed a little bit, too. Or it's gonna just make me worse, which would be, not great. Not great. I wouldn't be too impressed with that. Aww. She said hi back to me. But yeah, like, I'm pretty... Oh, I gotta do more? Alright, well, I'm finished. I'm going over you first. I hope that kid falls over. Wait, can I get on this? No problem? Damn it, missed. Doing this with a mouse and keyboard is hard. Oop. Nope. Aha. What about this one? Oh. Oh. Damn it. All right, well, we went 2. That's all I need. That's good enough. But I don't know, like, it's, I forgot what it said. I think it was joy, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. I'm just gonna be... I almost want things to get back to a semblance of normalcy so that, you know, the people that are just really, let's call them assholes. Let's just not sugarcoat it at all. I'll be really happy to get back to a semblance of normalcy where I can stop worrying about what some prick's gonna do in a grocery store. Because the whole time, I didn't even read what I was supposed to do. Dance. Okay, that would be helpful if I did that. This whole journey of dealing with COVID is really, really been a testament to my patience, but has also fucked with that patience at the same time. So, I mean, like, I really, really want to have an optimistic view of people, but the amount of stuff that I've seen over the course of really 16 months has made me go, I don't trust anybody when we need to get things done the most. I don't trust people to do the right thing. I don't trust people to, you know, do what they're... Not do what they're told. That's the wrong way of going about it. But, like, do what's really, like, necessary for everybody instead of being selfish all the time. And it's gone in so many different waves, I guess for lack of a better word, given a pandemic. But, like, the amount of things that I have seen people get mad over, the amount of things that I have seen people cry about, and there's a difference too, right? Like, I can understand, you know, not being able to see people. You're very sociable, fine. But, like, you saw in the very beginning, people that just wanted a haircut and were just bitching so much about it. People that were like, oh man, I wish I could go to concerts or go to the gym, or things that are honestly, like, we take as very... They're luxuries, man. Like, there are a lot of things that, sure, I have missed, but at the same time, it's like, man, I'd rather not die, and I'd rather not, like, lose friends or family because I was being selfish. And the amount of people that I've seen being so selfish is just really insane to me. And like I said, I've seen it in waves, because there are people that I'm like, okay, I get it. And then there are other people where I'm like, man, I'm sorry, but, like, you are just literally asking the world to bend to your will, and I can't accept that. I just can't accept that. So it's been a really difficult, you know, journey trying to be able to keep myself composed over some of the dumb stuff that I have seen for such a good period of time, of just people being, like I said, just absolutely selfish. And oh man, I really, really can't wait for things to be not done, because I don't think the pandemic's ever going to truly end. We're just going to start treating it more like a flu, and it's just going to start being like, okay, we're going to get booster shots every year, or, you know, it's just going to get embedded within a flu vaccine. It's just going to be another set of strains that we add to the vaccines, and we're going to be doing this forever. And sure, we're also going to learn down the line, too, what this means for the future. Because I don't know whether or not this is something that we'll have to... Because, I mean, this could just end up being like a flu that we deal with the vaccine, among other things. But this might be a vaccine, like, because I haven't taken a flu shot. I honestly can't remember when the last flu shot I got was. It might have been, like... I've been living in the city I currently live in for about 5 years. I don't think I've taken a flu shot in that time. It may be, like, over a decade since I've gotten my last, like, flu shot. Because normally when I get sick, I haven't gotten terribly sick. There is one occasion that I've been really sick, and I think a lot of it had to do with stress and anxiety at the same time, because that was me at the lowest point that I had been in probably in my entire life, where I legitimately felt like I'm like a person who shouldn't be around anymore. Not suicidal, I should say, but like in the sense of I didn't feel like I was worth anything and that no one wanted to deal with somebody like me. And it was just that like wallowing in self-pity. And I got really sick too. And because I was just in such a weak state of mind, and honestly, I wasn't taking good care of myself in that time either, it probably got accentuated a lot because I felt miserable. But it felt like any other like sickness that I had, except for like that one specific day where I legitimately couldn't move. And that doesn't happen normally. Most times when I get sick, it's mostly all up here. My nose runs like a motherfucker without being sick, so it just gets accentuated like a son of a bitch. And then anything else is, you know, sometimes I get a tickle in my throat, sometimes I'll get a headache, sometimes I'll have a bit of a fever. Most of the time, though, that's about it. Like, I generally don't get, like, stomach aches, or I don't vomit very often, I don't get nauseous that too often. And especially below the belt, I don't go shitting all over the place either, so... Actually, hang on, I'm knocking on the desk for this one, because it's been a good streak. I'm trying to avoid... Oh, it was a good streak. Okay, that was a bad pun, not pun intended. Okay, nope, moving on. Moving off the diarrhea. Normally when I get sick, though, it's usually nothing too crazy. And honestly, you know, I'm not too worried before COVID-19 about getting like the flu, and if I got the flu, it wouldn't be anything too big a deal. Whereas this time around, I really do wonder what it's going to be like from here on out. Because let's say I've gotten vaccinated in full and by September, because my second shot's then. You know, if I do get vaccinated properly, what is that going to mean down the line when, let's say a year after I've gotten that vaccine? Are we going to be having to get shots every once in a while? What happens if we don't take that shot, like I don't take the flu shot? Am I back to being at risk of COVID-19 in the same way that we were before getting a shot? Am I building a bit more of a tolerance? Maybe the vaccine will just make sure that I don't ever have severe symptoms. We don't know, because we don't really know what the long-term ramifications are going to be from the vaccine. We can only hope what they're going to be. We're looking into the immediate short term right now, and then we'll obviously be tracking it as it goes. So that's the thing. Will it be something that I have to make sure I go get every year? Maybe it's even sooner than maybe it's 6 months. Maybe I have to, my local pharmacy, I just got to make sure I book an appointment every 6 months to get it done. I have no idea. And it's that curiosity that makes me go, okay, like, you know, am I ready for this? Because it's so completely different to anything I've ever had to take on before. Now, it's not exactly going to be very difficult if all I got to do is go to a pharmacy every year, let's say, and get a needle shoved in my arm for about 5 seconds and it's over with. Oh, boo frickety hoo, right? I'm not going to go too crazy about it. But it does make me wonder, you know, is it something that we'll have to do, and is it something we're going to have to do for the rest of our lives? Because what if it's something that I don't react to very well? You know, there's all these questions that could come out of it. Now, granted, I'm not thinking too hard about it right now because I haven't taken the first shot yet. If the first shot is literally my arm hurts a little bit for a couple of hours, oh well, I'll deal with it. No prob. But if it ends up being something a little bit more serious, how nervous do I get around that second shot? Or every shot thereafter? Not to mention, what if, you know, the vaccines don't work as well as you think they do, and now all of a sudden I get really, really sick, or I get somebody really, really sick because I transmit it. Like, there's still that part of me that has to think about that. And it's not exactly the most fun thing to think about, but, you know, you try not to get too doom and gloom about it. That's the gist that I kind of go with. But for the most part, man, like, I want this to happen so badly, because the sooner that we can get a semblance of normalcy, I don't think we're ever going to see whatever normal is anymore. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But, you know, as long as it's, hey, you know, actually, like, being able to have some semblance of, like, being able to see people and not feel like, you know, you gotta stay at home at risk of killing people all the time, I'll take it. You know, I'll deal. I'll handle it for, I don't know, another 3 years. If it means I have to still be, like, wear a mask whenever I'm, like, in a very condensed place, no prob, whatever, no big deal. I've seen a lot of people still try to complain about masks. I'm like, man, the only thing I hate about it is that it usually clenches my nose a little bit. And because my nose already likes to run as it is, when it starts to squish it, it just makes it worse. So, I'll try not to complain too much about the mask. Especially because I've seen people bitch about masks. I'm like, man, I wear glasses. My glasses have to fog up all the time, and I have to constantly shift my glasses around to make sure it doesn't fog up. I'm so sorry that you have good vision and you have to put a mask on. I can't feel sorry for those people, because they really have nothing inhibiting them apart from, what, not being able to get, like, 5% of air in their lungs now? Like, not much, because I don't notice the difference. My breathing has never been any different, so it's got to be such some minute thing that people just make up in their heads because they don't like being told what to do, I guess. I don't know. Trying to get into the mind of people that are so against masks specific, that one specifically is the one that kind of gets under my skin, because I don't get it. Unless you are legitimately, like, affected in terms of your breathing by it, maybe I can meet you halfway, but none of them do, so I'm not going to meet them halfway, because I think they're just making shit up because apparently somebody told them that it's not real and they believe that. I don't know. Maybe it's just an IQ thing. Maybe it's, you know, just being with the wrong people thing, because I can understand the being in the wrong group thing, because, well, I used to deal with a lot of thoughts that were really unhealthy at that time, and I really shouldn't have given a lot of credence to. Because I'm certainly in a much different political and mental place than I was 2-3 years ago, when I was in a much, much different world. But everything changes, right? It's just with that kind of stuff, I don't know if it's as simple as just talking to the right people, because I've seen these people talk, and I've seen them listen to people who say things within very good reason. And I've watched them go just absolutely mental about it, and it just makes me think that, you know what, I don't think that there's a turning back from this, and that freaks me out, because you think about it, man, like, those are people that are never coming back. Those are people that are forever going to be these crazy nut jobs, for lack of a better word, that are just going to believe the most random stuff that flies in the face of anything that makes logical sense. And that's been another big thing about this entire journey, is that I've really grown to kind of despise a good portion of humanity. It is very much a pessimistic view, but I mean, like, I've watched so many people just absolutely destroy everything that we've worked for their own self-interest, and yes, that's also a capitalism thing, but mostly just, like, self-centered, like, social stuff, like, just regular people just going, no, I don't care. Like, for the longest time, seeing people in the early stages of the pandemic not going around with a mask on drove me kind of crazy. I did it for maybe about a month once it started becoming a thing, And then as soon as people were like, yeah, no, mask wearing should be a pretty mandatory thing, I went, yeah, no problem. I can do that. That's not too hard. And the fact that I saw so many people until the very moment that you were told by the government that you had to, that all places that were in, especially indoors, had to make sure that you were wearing a mask. And even then, there were people that I didn't see them personally, but I've seen enough videos, obviously, because everything goes viral these days. You see the people that are just that over the top, like feeling like their entire rights are being destroyed because they have to put on a piece of cloth before they go into a grocery store. God forbid. I mean, are these the same people that if back in the day we didn't have to wear pants to go into a store, that all of a sudden they said put on pants and be like, this is encroaching our sacred right? Is that the same thing? Because there's far less cloth going here than I'm wearing on this, than I'm wearing below. A lot different. And it's a lot easier than putting my shoes on. It's a lot easier than putting it. All I do is this. Shoes, gotta lift a foot, put one on. Gotta lift my other foot, put one on. Got shorts? Okay, well, I gotta stick both my feet in there and pull it up. That's an extra step. Shirt, gotta raise both my hands up, gotta do this. Flip it down, pull it down, adjust the collar a bit, adjust the sleeves maybe because I didn't put it on right. That's a lot of steps. Mask, boom, and maybe a little bit of this. Just to make sure it fits snugly. That's it. It's nothing. And the fact that so many people for so long made such a big deal about that was just infuriating. And I know people who have done everything possible to try to do the bare minimum, like the barest of minimums. There's one guy not at my workplace, but somebody that I have to deal with at my workplace that comes in. And I swear to God, it looks like he's wearing just a piece of plastic over his face. And we've tried a couple of times to get this guy to wear something different and he doesn't. And it's at the point now that I'm like, man, like I actually still keep forgetting to do some research into it, but like I gotta see if that's actually legal or not, because we should be able to just tell the company that sends this guy in to be like, dude, if he's gonna come in with a piece of fucking plastic over his face, because that's all it looks like. Like, you don't know he's wearing a mask right away, because if you see him from a distance, it looks like he's not wearing a mask because it's just clear plastic. And it's to the point where it's like, man, like, am I gonna have to actually be that guy that goes to the company and be like, dude, if this is what this guy's gonna wear, don't send him. I don't even care if it actually is legal, then I guess there's not much I can do, or if there's an actual reason for it, because I haven't asked. Because, I mean, I'm a bit of a coward in terms of approaching people on serious stuff like that. I generally try to avoid conflict as much as possible. Because Lord knows, like, I already have enough shit in my own head that I fight over. I don't need to start having other people that I gotta think about. So I try my best not to. But in this case, like, it is uncomfortable every time I see the guy, because I keep thinking, like, is that thing actually doing anything? Because, I mean, if it was clear plastic, there still has to be a hole somewhere for him to breathe, but, like, that means it's a lot more susceptible for opening things up than a cloth mask would ever be. So it's just like, I don't know. But it's stuff like that. And then the same goes for people that used to give it, like, especially in the early going, people that used to give us a look every time we said, hey, like, you need a mask to come in here. They were just like, ugh. Like, dude, it's a fucking pandemic. What do you expect? Like, in the early months, it's like, man, like, you know. I used to get so mad. And again, if I didn't give a shit about people's feelings, or if I didn't try to avoid conflict, I'd be yelling at motherfuckers, being like, why are you giving me shit? You know that that's what we're supposed to do. I don't care whether you believe it's fake or not. It doesn't matter. We're supposed to do it, so fucking do it. It's not hard. As I said earlier, it's not a difficult thing to do in the first place, so. All that stuff has been just an absolute nightmare to deal with. So you got all of that, and I just kind of hoped it would be over soon. And of course, like, I had no idea how long this is gonna go. If you told me that this is gonna be like a 2-year process, it would have been like, yeah, right. Because I, like a lot of people at the very beginning, thought it was something akin to like, oh, it might just be like another H1N1. It might, be around for a little bit, but it's not going to be affecting that many people, and it'll be fine. And because it was so like locked in China for so long, I didn't freak too out much about it because I didn't know how bad it was transmitting. So as soon as it started hitting Canada and started really upping the numbers quick, I'm like, oh, this is not the same of anything that I've ever seen before. And at that point, that's when I went, okay, well, maybe it'll be, you know, we'll get through this first wave, and then once we get through that and we start really nailing down mass, everything will be fine. And we got rid of that wave, and I thought, okay, well, that's probably it. You know, we might see a little bit of a hit again, but it won't be anything too crazy. And then we'll just be back to things being kind of the way they used to be. And I was stupid wrong on that. Then the second wave happened, and I went, okay, well, all right, well, I guess we'll be waiting for a vaccine then. You know, that might come in like 12 months, and then by then we'll be fine. And now here I am saying, like, even after I'm done in September, it doesn't mean we're done. This may be something we never end. So it's kind of one of those things where I've stopped trying to guess. But back then, I didn't think it was that big a deal. So when I also used to get mad at people, I was like, man, like, it's a couple of months. What's the fucking big deal? Now I'm the opposite. Now we're getting towards the end. And I'm like, guys, it's a couple more months. We just did, like, over a year. Like, what's so hard about it? And I know that, like, once everybody's gotten one shot, they're going to be sitting there being like, well, why are they still holding this back? We've all gotten a shot. I'm like, it's not two. It's not two. So, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting story once I get shot, which would mean most people will get shot, because I think they're actually... I think in some regions here in Canada, they're actually doing 12 and up now. So we're getting pretty close to a point where, like, almost everybody can get it now. So... it's going to be really interesting to see how the conversation changes from how things were when it started to how things are when it's so close to being, I guess, the closest thing we're going to get to being over. Which could mean that I unlock a whole new round of dumb shit, which I'm not looking forward to, but it's better than the first couple of weeks when literally every time I go in the grocery store, I couldn't buy fucking toilet paper. Thank God that just before the pandemic was starting to hit Canada, just out of for no reason, I walked in and it was a stupid sale price. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna stock up so I never have to buy toilet paper for like months, because it's just me in the apartment, so I don't have a need for a massive amount of it. And I went and got it at the store, and I got like 12 packs of toilet paper, like an absurd amount. And then literally a week later was when COVID started hitting Canada, and everybody flipped out, and toilet paper was like non-existent on grocery store shelves for like over a month. Same goes for like pasta, things like milk and things. And I remember every time I walked in the store, I'd look at just the empty shelves and just shook my head and went, how are people flipping out this much? Now, in retrospect, I guess I can kind of understand it. Although, still, stores should have probably prepared better for that, because it really wasn't all that great that, you know, a lot of people might have literally been wiping their ass with, like, Kleenex or paper towel for a while, because a bunch of dumbasses went crazy and bought, like, 20 packages of toilet paper because they thought the end of the world was coming. So it goes both ways. I don't miss those days at all. That was a nightmare. Like I said, there was a lot of... That's the wrong way. There was a lot of things that happened during that time in terms of, like, the way people reacted that just drove me nuts. But a lot of it was really just those early days of, like, trying to understand what was happening and trying to, like, get a grasp of it. Because I'm such a pattern freak. Like, I'm a numbers guy. I love patterns. Like, I pay attention to all this stuff. So I'm trying really, really hard to try to figure things out. Hey, not cool. How's it going? How you doing on this, I mean, I don't know what time it is where you're at, but I assume it's pleasant. If not, I'm so sorry. I don't know what you're doing here. I can't help you with that. I'm not here to cheer anybody up. I'm here to make you hate me. That's the only thing I've learned from the internet. The only thing people serve to do is get hated. "1 a.m., you crazy son of a bitch." Well, I should yell at you and say go sleep, but you're like the one person in the chat right now, so I probably shouldn't say anything. So I might keep my mouth shut temporarily. At least I'm glad you showed up, because it broke up me talking about COVID for like 45 minutes straight. Here I am just running around doing basic quests, and I'm talking about, like, freaking out about every little thing. Where am I going, anyway? Yeah, around there. I don't know, all in all, I want to not have to deal with, or I don't want to have to read or watch like viral videos or all this stuff about like just the dumb shit people are doing today. I know that's normal on the internet, but it would, if at the very least, it would be nice to like not have endless supply of video footage of like just everything being ruined during the course of this entire like pandemic. At least thankfully, at least here in Canada, like thank God things are fine. Am I gonna stream Resident Evil Village? I still haven't even played the 7th game. Because A, I don't play a lot of horror games because I am a scared little bitch. I do have 7 on my PlayStation 5, I just have to get around to it. I think, though, the more that I think about it, the more that I'm like, man, if I'm going to play a horror game, I kind of want to have, like, some level of, like, viewership going on before I do something like that. Because I feel like if I suddenly play a horror game and nobody's watching, I want actual people who have watched me literally like pissing my pants. I don't want to piss my pants to nobody. That doesn't sound a lot of fun. So I do have 7 somewhere on the back burner. It's just probably not going to be a thing that I do until like I have like some regulars, so at least there's something fun to do. Maybe a charity stream somewhere down the line too. You never know, right? At this point, I'm still trying to get my footing. I gotta figure out what I'm good at. Apparently, talking endlessly and getting people in my chat that like to spam emotes like Mr. Defiance over here. Apparently, that's all I'm good for. If you're doing to playing and do stream it, I'll come watch it. Well, like I said, if I start getting more people watching, that'd probably be something I do. Especially if I ever did like something like a charity stream. As of right now, I gotta convince myself that I can even stream consistently before I'm like, hey, let me go play something I know I'm not going to enjoy that much because I hate being scared. I don't go and watch horror films very often. So games are even worse because now I have to actually force myself to move. I did play the demo of the, was it the 3 remake? And that wasn't bad, but also keep in mind that those games are a little more action-oriented than, say, 7 and 8, which are definitely much more on the scary side, so who knows? It also depends, too, on, like, whether or not I have stuff to play. Like, it helps that now I'm using this as kind of like my, hey, this is really... Like, sure, I'm playing a game right now, but honestly, if I was being accurate, this is just chatting. Like, this is Twitch on just chatting, but I'm not supposed to use just chatting because there's a game in the background, so that would be misusing the tags. But realistically, I'm playing a game and paying almost zero attention to the dialogue or anything else, and I'm just talking. Whereas I've got, like, Mass Effect going on right now, that will take a good chunk of time to finish. And we also don't know what's going to be coming out soon because E3's on the horizon. It's going to be really interesting to know what's coming out in the next 6 months because, to my knowledge, there's like nothing. Because if I pull up Metacritic PS4 games. PS4 upcoming. I could put PS5 as well. And I probably will to see what's going on. Let's see if I can boot this up here. Come on, you gonna work nicely? Well, could be bigger. I'll make it a little bit. Do I want to make it bigger though? Because I did set it up properly. How does it look? I really should check how it looks. See, it's a good thing I have the stream on my TV over on the side, but I wish it wasn't so far behind so I could actually see where it's at. Come on, put the screen up. I want to see it. Because I don't want to overflow my... I only have 2 monitors. I wish I could have a 3rd monitor with this computer, but it doesn't do that. So, screw it. Oh, no, now it's working. That's not nearly big enough. I can't see shit. Okay, so we're going to do this instead. So I'm going to boot this sucker up to about that much for now. So, on PS4 alone, for the next little while, let's see if there's anything really... There's actually a lot, but this is mostly, like, indie stuff or other things, so... Let's see, is there anything that... Okay, well, Guilty Gear I'll definitely be grabbing at some point, but it's a fighting game, so I won't be touching it till it's, like, at least half off. I still need to play Grand Blue Fantasy, and is there one more? Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat 11. I still haven't played that either. And that's something I want to grab. But again, I don't play fighting games online, so to pay $60, $70 is insane, is a really dumb idea for, you know, just playing the story mode. I think there will be an announcement of Resident Evil 4 Remake in the E3. That would make sense, because we've all known it's been rumored for a while. I know that it's been a little bit weird on its production, but that, yeah, no, that for sure will get put up. And I would like to play that too, because I actually owned the Wii version of that game and I liked it. But again, it was just... I have a really bad relationship with Resident Evil games. I want one that actually, you know, makes me feel like I can aim a gun properly, because the Wii was the best one of that, and I still sucked at it. I think that's like my one problem with Resident Evil is that I can't aim. I don't understand how I'm supposed to be like this incredible... I don't know what I hit to make it go all the way at the top. Okay, we're good. I don't know what it is about Resident Evil games that, like, makes you, even though you're, like, this military soldier or a police officer or, like, a SWAT task force kind of guy, that makes you aim like this really slowly and you can't do anything. I feel like if they had, like, if they control, like, a Mass Effect shooter, I think I'd like it so much more. That's my problem. It's just... Especially the old games. Oh my god, the old games are horrible for that. But yeah, Guilty Gear I'll definitely pick up at some point, but it's just to play the story mode, because I don't play multiplayer a lot with fighting games. Legend of Mana, depends. Scarlet Nexus, oh, I think a demo came out for that. I should probably look into that, because I've seen nothing but anime bullshit with that game, and I figure because it's like a pretty close to launch title that was kind of heavily advertised for PS5 as well, that it might not be great, but who knows? I've been wrong about games before that look like anime bullshit, so you never know. That I do want to take a look at. I don't think that one has online, which is a shame, but like if I could play that, if my girlfriend would let me stream her playing this with me, this would be a great fucking game to stream, because it would just be fucking chaos. Even as good as a gamer as I am, I suck at that game. That game is hard, and I would love to play that game again. But that's mostly like a small, like, we're talking big titles that I would stream solo. And there's not a lot. They're making another Akiba's Trip game? Huh. Oh yeah, they're gonna put The World Ends With You out on PS4. That was gonna be an interesting thing. I like to play, I think there's already a Phoenix Wright one that I still need to pick up, but it's never really been on a good price. So there's another one to do with that. But like, again, I'm still not seeing any major titles yet, other than Guilty Gear. Tales, but that's Jen and Chris's thing on the VCR podcast. He's the Tales guy. I, for some reason, do not get into Tales games very well. I don't know what it is. That's probably the next one that I would take a look at, the Lost Judgment game, although, depending on where that is, maybe I'd wait. Play It Takes Two with your girlfriend? Yeah, 100%. If that goes on under 20 bucks, I'm 100% getting that. I still need to get A Way Out, because I want to play that with her, too. She's not much of a gamer, so I've heard It Takes Two is great for that. That's probably the first game right there that I'm going to be heavy looking into, especially with the VCR guys. We played so much Left 4 Dead. I hope to God that this game doesn't suck. I really hope that this ends up being everything that we want it to be. Because to have a modern Left 4 Dead game that looks like... it looks fantastic from every bit of footage that I've seen of it. I want this to be amazing. I want that to be like my big game to play a bunch of. I would love to do that. And yeah, that's it. So is PS5 going to be any different? I don't, other than like Ratchet and Clank, I don't think there's like too much else that's been announced that's going to be any different, right? Well, okay, I do want to play the remake because I am waiting specifically for that to come out and then for a good price for that. I do have it free because that came free 2 months. Was it last month or 2 months ago? I can't remember which one it was, but I definitely do need to play that. I do want to go back and play, because I don't have a great opinion of Final Fantasy VII. Not a great one, but I played the remake demo and I fucking loved it. So I'm really excited to give that a shot. Ratchet and Clank, I'm meh on, because I played the reboot and it was fine. But like, if this goes on like half off, I'll take a look at that. Is there anything else besides that though? That's the ultimate question. Is there anything else announced? Oh, Kenna, that's right. That one I'll probably wait for as well because I've heard it's a really short game, and if it's full price, although I thought I heard that it was going to be like 20 bucks cheaper, but even then I'd still probably want to wait for half off. Most games I usually wait for half off minimum because A, I don't have that much money, and B, I try to be very careful on buying things day one at full price because I can always make mistakes. I don't regret buying Outriders, but I probably could have waited because now I'm not playing it anymore, and that's $80 that I just spent and played for what? Maybe a month? Although realistically, I played it what? A month over like 7-8 days? Like it wasn't much. So it's not great in retrospect. And then aside from that, Deathloop I'm kind of convinced isn't going to be all that good, so I've kind of soured on that one. Oh, but I could get GTA 5 again for like the 4th time. But no, there's not too much else. So E3 is going to kind of shape where we go with that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But like, I'll deal with you later. I'll deal with that after. Go back to this. But yeah, Outriders is on sale. Yeah, that probably makes sense. Actually, I wonder how much it is. Let's see. Outriders PS5 store. Let's see. What's the price right now? Just to make my feelings hurt. No, I don't want the US store. I want the Canada store, you stupid thing. Let's see. Does changing that work? Oh, it actually did. I'm surprised. So yeah, 20 bucks cheaper. That's not terrible. It's not... still... If you told me... knowing what I know now about Outriders, would I still buy it at $60? No. If I'm being completely honest, no. Not at 60. I think it would be a 40 now. Just because I didn't spend a lot of time with it, and I don't have anybody to play it with. That's the big problem, right? If I have a group of people that I like say, I play Minecraft with, or I play Killing Floor with sometimes. I'm playing a little bit of Deep Rock Galactic with a couple of these guys too. But those are cheaper games for the most part. And I used to play Destiny with a bunch of people. If I had a bunch of people to play Outriders with, I'd probably still be playing Outriders. But now it just doesn't make any sense. Whereas, obviously, it's different now. You know, I'm not playing it with anybody. I've already done the story mode. Literally, all I could do now is just replay with different classes. Like, that's literally what I have left to me. And that just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. Side note, I love how, like, I'm almost level 5 now, and I haven't even, like, had to go outside to fight anything yet. just from all the quests around here. I wonder if that happened last time or if I just went right away outside and hit shit. Is there anything else on the map? Because eventually I'm going to have to leave out into the Shroud, don't I? But there's stuff still in Gridania. I mean, I'm still talking. That's all that counts. But no. $60 for Outriders, if you have people to play with, is a pretty nice price now. If you have it on Xbox Game Pass right now, it's probably fucking sweet because it costs you nothing apart from the monthly subscription you already decided to take. That's pretty sweet. For me, yeah, it was $80, $90 that I'm not too happy about, but it is what it is. And quite honestly, if I didn't play Outriders when I did, I wouldn't have gotten raided by Defiance. I wouldn't have hit affiliate as fast as I have. So who knows where we would have been. So they say everything happens for a reason. I guess that's why I bought Outriders without knowing, but it ended up working out nicely in the end. So as much as I like to complain that I spent $80 on a game that I didn't put too much time into, I shouldn't complain too much because I got a nice little bonus out of it. But I am definitely going to be a lot more selective. Mass Effect I got at launch because A, I already know it's good, B, I already know how much I'm going to get out of it, and 3, it came with 3 games. So realistically, I bought 3 games for what, less than $30 a pop? I'll take that. That's a good deal. That's a pretty sweet deal for me. It's a lot of content too. If I actually end up streaming all 3 games in full, that's a lot of streaming right there. So that works out pretty nice. All right, what else have we got? Is there anything else on this map, or am I finally able to go outside? Not for reals. I can't tell. Well, wait, I don't think the map showed anything back in Old Gridania. No. So we can finally be a big boy and go outside. I haven't even played Archer before. This will be interesting. Well, good thing I'm like level 4 now and like way stronger. I didn't even read what half the abilities did yet. That would be a good idea. Yeah, I know. See, I want to turn off tooltips, but I also have to remind myself that if I turn them off, I'm going to forget to turn them back on when I get to a point where I need to use them again. Alright, so what are these other abilities that now that I can finally look at them. So this doesn't matter with anything. Alright, so that's just a basic one. With straight shot ready? What? When straight shot ready. Oh, so it can only happen if I get that 1 in 5 shot. Okay. And then increase damage dealt. How long does that last for? I probably should have kept an eye on that. So it lasts for 20 seconds, so it's like sprint, basically. Alright, well that makes sense. It's a weird class of solo, but hey, we'll figure it out. 20% chance, and so far, my luck's not pretty good, is it? But I leveled up again, so it doesn't matter. Now I'm just mercilessly beating a bunch of squirrels down. I feel bad. I feel like I'm doing something very cruel right now. So let's shoot ladybugs instead. Oh, so it only took me how many times and I finally got one of them? Well, can't say my luck stat's ever very high in life or in games, so I guess that makes sense. At least it's not taking too long to kill things off. That's the one thing I worry about as an archer, like how my defense is. I'm not staying archer very long. As soon as I hit level 10, I'm going, like, as soon as I can get to Limsa, I'm going and taking care of business and becoming a rogue, because rogue is my shit. That's my class. I just figured I'd try something different. I've never actually started in Gridania before. I always either start in Ulda or Linza, so I figure this would be a better chance than any to actually try one of the 2 classes in this area, because I don't normally do it. Am I done with squirrels yet? Yay, now I gotta kill one more ladybug. Sorry, you gotta go. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do it. Oh, I gotta do more ladybugs because of another mission? God damn it. Alright, fine. I guess I have to kill you all too. I'm sorry. What is the range? It's actually not bad for range. That's probably a lot more useful than what I'm doing. I'm like standing relatively close to them and be like, hey, come and get me. Oh, wait, I shouldn't let you do that. There we go. Now we're done. Wait, there is a thing out there. Why? Should I? God damn it. I can't help myself. I see an exclamation mark. I gotta go see what it is. Damn it. There's more. Oh, these are later things. Okay, no, we'll worry about that after. Oh, right, because I'm in this part of the shroud, which is a little bit higher level the quicker you get out of there. But you know what I do want to play? I do want to play, eventually, a new Timesplitters game, which is something that apparently is going to happen soon. And I'm very happy to hear that. Because I loved the Timesplitters games growing up on PS2. Those were amazing games, man. Those were really good. Like, back when, you know, when shooters used to be, you know, fun and not just, you know, an endless supply of just constant war. Like, it actually tried to, like, just have fun. That was cool. That was fun for a little while, instead of what it is now, where it's just like gritty shooter or battle royale and that's it. Like, I remember the like James Bond games. There were like the Red Faction games, which they still try to do towards like 360 era, but it didn't go very well. So they definitely tried a bit, but it never was the same. Timesplitters was really like the last one that I really enjoyed. Like, I remember Future Perfect being a really cool, really fun game. Like, I played a lot of that game on PS2. That game, I sunk a lot of hours into. A lot of hours. Just going back and forth, just messing with stuff. Kind of the same way that, like, no matter how many times you beat Perfect Dark or GoldenEye 007, like, back in those days, too, you just play them a bunch, because it's fun to just to go around and just constantly just beat the crap out of people. Just constantly, like, either slap them and you turn on, like, cheats and stuff, or you just grab, like, double golden guns, or, you know, you get, like, the Moonraker lasers. Cheats with those games were always stupid fun, too. But even just, like, with the basic mode, just going around and just going ham on stuff was just so much fun to do. And Timesplitters did that right as well, and it also didn't take itself very seriously. It was a dumb-as-fuck shooter. Literally, it's a game about, like, time traveling, and it's you, like, even you notice, like, you make fun of yourself and all the stupid shit that you do. It's a game that just understood what it was and didn't try to be anything different. And I appreciate that. And I heard, like, I've been hearing forever that they were going to make another one, and they just haven't done it, much to my dismay, because I'd love to see another one. And apparently they have, or at least they're going to be working on one finally. And as far as I know, Future Perfect was the last one. And I hope that we find out soon that, like, either they gave it, like, a quick, like, clean update so it looks a little bit better, and you can play, like, the older ones now. Like, even if it's just one of them, I don't even care which one, honestly. If you get to play one of them, I'm happy. If it ends up being, you know, all of them, that's pretty cool. Or if it even just is a brand new Timesplitters game, like, not even a reboot, or sorry, not a like a complete remake, like just a straight up reboot. Don't care, I'll take that. I will happily take that. So, the fact that I saw that becoming a thing was just like, thank God. Because, I'll be honest, like I said earlier, a lot of first-person shooters are pretty samey these days. You don't see a lot of stuff that really challenges anything differently. And I am talking, like, major releases. I know the people, if they really dig, they can show me some FPS games that are, like, indie developed, that are actually pretty cool and do a lot of interesting things. I'm talking, like, AAA top-of-the-line stuff. I'm talking things that got the marketing behind it so you know it's there. Because, yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of FPS games that are really cool right now, but I don't know they exist, and I don't feel like going through the entire Steam catalog to find them, you know? It doesn't always work that way. So, it would be nice to at least have that version of it done. Did I not finish something on the Archer quest? God damn it. I guess I had to go to the other area to do that, because it didn't show me anything else. That sucks. But yeah, Timesplitters was so much fun. If anybody can find a way to play it, I'm not saying legal or illegally, but if you can find a way to play it, take a crack at those games. Because that's back when FPS games used to be, like, just fun. They weren't trying to be, like, super serious, have some crazy story, try to be realistic all the time. They were just fun and goofy. And there's still some of them today, probably, that I just maybe don't know about. There is, like, Doom and Doom Eternal. There is Wolfenstein. Well, we don't talk about the newest Wolfenstein. That's a different story. But, there's definitely a need for more games like Timesplitters, and the fact that I'm at least hearing that they're going to attempt to make one, because it may never come out. You also have to take that into perspective, too. That there's always a chance that it doesn't actually come out. There's always that one little chance that happens. I hope this isn't one of them, but there's always a chance. What is the temperature outside right now? Because I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit annoyed that it's still so warm in here. The only window I don't have open is the one right here because I'm right outside facing another apartment, so it's like a friggin' sound and wind tunnel in the middle. So if I have the window open, or the window open here, you guys are gonna hear every little thing, and it's gonna sound like somebody screaming even though they're just talking because of the way it bounces. Like, what is it outside right now? It's 17 degrees outside. This is Celsius, by the way. Sorry, Fahrenheit people, I can't do the conversion for you. It's 17, according to the Weather Network right now. It's still that hot in here. I don't feel it, but it's frustrating. Because the door isn't shut to this room, and it's actually pretty cool out in the hallway. Like, it's actually pretty cool in most of the rest of the apartment. But right now, apparently, it is still 26 in this room, which is not bearing very well for whenever I inevitably have to stream in the summer. That's where I think, like, man, I better find a way to make an AC work in this room. Because otherwise, it's going to be a nightmare trying to stream when it's, like, consistently hot in the summertime. People think, like, it is a sort of a joke that Canada is always, like, super cold. Like, we all live in igloos and all that stuff. Dude, our summers suck. They are so muggy. They are so bad. I'm not looking forward to it. And especially with the knowledge that I might have to try to stream during it is terrifying to me. I am not looking forward to that at all. Because, yeah, when you're trying to concentrate and all you feel is just an endless supply of sweat on you, it's not great. And I got by it beforehand because, like I said, I don't have AC in this room. Normally I get by it because I just have a fan right next to me that goes. Here's the problem. Back then I wasn't streaming, which means I didn't have to worry about the audio around me. If I suddenly have to worry about stream quality for my microphone, oh boy. I have a little baby fan here that might help, but it's so not powerful that it might not do what I want to either. So I have to think about that too, which is not great. So there's all those things that right now I'm like, oh boy. I'm gonna want to keep streaming, but I'm kind of not gonna want it at the same time because it's gonna be miserable. Yeah, I want to do my archer stuff first, because if I got another quest, I want to do that first before I do anything else. Try to get as many abilities on this thing as I can. I know I'm going to basically just go to Linza as soon as I'm done, but you kind of want to make sure that you can do whatever you can. And who knows, maybe I end up liking Archer a lot by the end of it. You never know. Where are we at now? What is it? Yeah, almost 4:20. Almost good timing to check the clock, right? I don't know how low I'm gonna go. It's either gonna be 5 or 6, depends on what I'm feeling like. It's all about my stomach at this point. I had lunch around like 11:30, and I ate like, what, like maybe a granola bar just before I started the stream just to have something in my stomach, but Lord knows at some point I'm gonna want to get some real food in me, so we'll see how it goes. Once we hit 5 in the next 40 minutes, we'll see where we're at then. I've really enjoyed my time in this game, though. I guess after over an hour of talking about anything outside of this game, I guess I can talk about this game for a couple of minutes. Like I said, I played the free trial a couple of times. I played it way back, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago on PC when it was like a pretty bare bones free trial. And I enjoyed it. It was fun. And then I finally got around to it in the last like month on PS4. PS5, I guess, but it's not officially the PS5 version, I don't think. And I had a lot more fun with it because it's so much more chill. And I think it's a little bit easier to love the chill nature. Did I go the wrong way? Did the arrow point me in the wrong direction? You son of a bitch. Because I think it might be telling me to go somewhere else. I don't know. We'll go this way. Stupid map. I do have some problems with the map in this game. It's not always clear where everything is. So I guess that's one complaint about the game. But no, the time that I have spent with it, though, like, I've never really been too big on MMOs, to be honest. You know, I played a bunch of it. Is there a quick one to the Archer Guild? That might make it easier. Yay! That's my solution. Why didn't I think of that the first time? That's what happens when I talk too much. I stop thinking. I just keep running in a straight line. It is still a really good game for this, because it doesn't demand too much of my attention, but it demands just enough sometimes that I look like an idiot when I don't think about something. And I missed a jump. Well, that's embarrassing. But no, like, I spent a bunch of it. I started out as a pugilist, worked my way into being a rogue again. Same is going to happen again here. I'm going to go into a rogue, become a ninja. That's kind of where I like starting out as. And then after that, I kind of mess with it as I go. Alright, we got some more archery stuff. Got a couple more abilities, too. So what do we got here? So we got a venom attack. So I'm going to want to move this over, because that's a passive. I'd rather have actual fighting abilities here. And then this one afflicts target with heavy. So it's all... Is it an attack or is it just... It's just a cast. It doesn't look like it actually has a damage hit to it. So what's its cooldown? 10 seconds. That one's cooldown is a little bit longer. So these are just things that I kind of do as I go. So it probably makes sense. Oh wait, the recast is 30 on it. This thing goes really quick. Okay, so this is definitely going up here. And then we got our shots here. Okay, that makes more sense. Beautiful. The little bit of time that I have spent with it, it really is like my chill game. I listen to this, or not listen, I play this game a lot when I have like a podcast on, because that helps nicely too. Oh, other thing. I gotta destroy shit. Bam! Guess it's not gonna tell me where all of them are. Well, this will be interesting. Maybe it does. Who knows? Well, it says it's all in this area. Are there any floating around? I'm always wondering if they hide stuff on me. Oh, there's multiple circles, that's why. Okay, well, there's one there. It's kind of interesting that it's one of those weird missions where it actually lets you attack in the area, because normally that's not something you usually get to do. I hope they didn't put this somewhere that's going to be hard to see with all the stuff that goes on in here. That's the one part I worry about with one being in here. Okay, I can see that one. That one's not too hard to spot. Still one more around it, though. I doubt they put it somewhere, like, in the congregation of people, although this isn't nearly as bad as it is in Linza. That's the one thing about Linza that I kind of... Because I do like that as a home, because it's really close to the store when you spawn in. It is also insanely populated. Which is quite interesting to deal with. Is there another one out here? I didn't see another thing, I don't think, unless they hit that sucker well. Somebody getting clever. Oh, there it is. It's in my line of sight. You shut up. I can see it. But I gotta actually be down on the ground. That's not much of an archery challenge, is it? Look, we gotta train your skill, but we don't think you can shoot downwards. I guess that's the game in general, though, which is interesting, I guess. But no, I've never really gotten too heavy into MMOs. It's always been like, I played Final Fantasy XI a tiny bit and didn't really enjoy it. I played Guild Wars, it was fine. I played a little bit of WoW, it was okay. And then I popped in the free trial of 14 way back when, like I said, 4 or 5 years ago. And it wasn't actually that bad. I actually kind of enjoyed myself. Maybe it's because I'm a little bit older now and I'm a little bit more chill and it's kind of like a perfect game for me at that point. And then now it's perfect. Like, I love this. It's also great now for, like I said, for streaming. Like, I'm about to go almost an hour and a half of just shooting the shit here. And all I've been doing is running around doing quests and like a tiny bit of fighting, you know? I don't know how much I'll be doing if I'm doing, like, say, a dungeon, but who knows? That's a problem to get to way down the line when I start doing a little bit more. I'll also be on a rogue by then, which I'll be a little bit more familiar with too, which will help a lot. Because I don't think the first dungeon is till after you hit level 10, which means I would immediately go to rogue before that. So I'm not too necessarily worried about it. Okay, so I should probably maybe do the first story mission and start moving that along. Much to my own dismay, I should probably do what the game wants me to do at some point. It should probably be nice. Nice. Wait, the entire time I didn't get the book stuff in? Alright, well I guess we're doing that too. Alright, we'll kill you off with that. Okay, so if I do this... And then... Oh, I missed that chance. So that's gonna poison it. How fast does that damage go down? So it does a tiny bit. It's not bad though. Archer's not too bad though. I'm not hating it. It does take a little bit of getting used to, because I'm used to being like face in front of everything. I gotta kind of remind myself to step back. Granted, I haven't had anything serious attack me yet, so I don't know how the damage is gonna look. No, I don't. Fine, I'll attack you just for funsies. I want you though. It's also, I'm also trying to get used to a mouse and keyboard, because I was playing with controller on PlayStation, obviously. Which, I'm not gonna lie, like, I've played MMOs on keyboard, because it makes sense, because there's a lot of things you gotta do, like... Once I got a character really run, like, by the time that I was finished on console, there was a lot of commands, so I had like different setups all over the place. Not to mention all the menuing, like all like things like casting my chocobo or teleporting or using items specifically that helped me gain a little bit of extra experience, like all that kind of stuff. There was a lot of mapping I had to do, and it's a little bit more difficult on console than it would be here. Now I don't really have to worry about that. Actually, I do want to have a hotbar. You see in the bottom right, there's a little bit of space where the money is, and then right above where all the quest lines are. There is a little bit of spot that I could put a hotbar in there, and I probably will do that at some point when I have enough like commands like teleport, return, sprint, chocobo cast, all the items and stuff, so that anything that I use passively, like over the course of like every half an hour, I can do that instead of having them sitting here in the center where I kind of want it to be all battle stuff, all things that I need to use in the moment. Well, like I said, it's kind of pointless now when there's not really anything going on. By the time that I was finished with the trial before it ran out on PS4, PS5, good lord, I had a ton of stuff going on that I was trying to have at the same time. And it just doesn't quite work out the way that you like it to all the time. I don't know why I have these on a second hotbar when I don't need to right now. It's just as easy to use them normally right now. I also have them... I messed with the controls a bunch before I got on here. I know the numpad is used for a lot of other different things. I straight up was like, no, we're using it for extra things, because I am not using my left hand for moving and casting at the same time. I could obviously use my mouse, but I don't know. It seems more fun to do it the other way. Guess we'll join this fate. What's the fate here anyway? Level 4 stuff? Yeah, I can do that. The only fates I don't like are the ones where it's like, here's like one giant boss that you kind of can't do on your own. Where are we at here? Oh, no, we got a bunch of people coming in here. I was about to say, I'm like, man, that's a lot of newbies here, and then I realized, wait, I joined the server because because it's offering an experience bonus for anybody who joined the server, so any new player right now is probably joining these servers. Yeah, this thing's... There's so many people here, I'm barely getting a chance to attack anything. And usually the experience is pretty good, too, which is another nice thing about it. Oh, we need like one more to spawn in. Where is he? Get over here. That should do it? Yeah, that does it. And like early on, like they give you a decent amount, so it's not bad. Kind of reminds me of Destiny public events, except, you know, probably more useful because public events were kind of shit for a long time. All right. What level quest are you? 7? Well, I guess I can accept it. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. Well, I probably should do any quests that I have before I go to Limsa, so that way I don't have like quests that just sit in my book forever. Alright, so I am level 6 without any new stuff yet. It probably would be nice to have some actual armor. Yeah, I know. I know about armory chests. I just need to know, is there a quick way to do it? So Control I, there we go. Wait, is there not a... Oh, because you have to do both. I see. So now I have interesting pants. Good for me. Now everybody in here showing off their big-ass mounts. I see you peeking in there, Defiance. Can't hide from me. Wait, am I getting 2 sets of boots? I just got boots, I think. Or no, sorry, they were pants. I'm stupid. Yeah, I do want war stuff, because I am going to need it when I transfer to Rogue anyway. Alright. Nope, I don't want to get away from me. Oh god, doing this with the camera is a pain in my ass. It's going to take a while getting used to. Okay, so it was a level 5 quest, so I'm actually not that far behind. So it's probably good that I spent a lot of time just doing random shit. I already figured... I love how the game's like, you need to learn how to put on gear, even though I've clearly done it several times already. Hey, get up, bitch. Alright, where are the other two? Where are you? Where are y'all hiding? Should at least see one of them somewhere. Why don't I see anything? Can't be that well hidden, can they? Unless they're both up there. That's a level 7 fade. I probably should avoid that for now. No, they're still not. Where are the other two? Oh, wait, it's a different mission. That's why. It's this thing. So what do I gotta do? Oh, I have to have armor of all different types. Okay. So then... Well, no, idle initiatives are still in here. So where the hell are the other two? They can't be... Oh, there's... How did I not see that? That was really well hidden on me. Jeez. That means the other one's probably, like, really kind of hiding somewhere. Unless it's that point on the map, that might actually be a thing. Which means he's probably sneaking a little nap break over here. No, that's the fate thing, I think. Yeah, it's yeah, so that guy got pulled away, and that turned the fate on, so that's not it. So the other one's just kind of chilling somewhere. Why do these guys have to be so good at hiding? This isn't fair. I don't like this at all. I will find you. There you are. And when I find you, I will kill you. You made me lose a lot of time. Okay, so we're still missing 3 pieces, I think. If I'd known ahead of time, maybe I could have bought some, but I guess if I just keep doing all these missions, I'll eventually get a couple more pieces. What do you got for me? Nothing? Well, you suck. Alright, so we got that thing up there. I don't think there's anything else in this area. I think it's all going back to the other shroud. Yeah, I think so too. Okay, I think we're gonna have to go back. I mean, I could kill some of these Yarzans while I'm out here, so maybe I should do that. I am level 7. It should be fine. As long as I don't do anything stupid. Not too bad. We're fine. I don't know why I hit the Venom Arrow. I didn't need to. I see a water sprite which I need to kill for my book, so we would kill it. Can I poison water? Sure, even though it makes no sense. Target is not in line of sight. He can hit me through whatever line of sight. How come I can't? Some bullshit right there. It's such a casual, chill game, though. I think that's why it's ended up being something that I kind of got back into, just because it's like, man, I really needed something to just kind of like relax to, rather than. As much as I like Outriders, I did a lot of panicking with Outriders. That made my fucking stress meter go up. Back off. You're not allowed to touch me. I got one more of those to kill. I can kill more of these. Oh, wrong button. Really should have taken that tutorial out, because now that's driving me nuts that it's going to be sitting there for a minute. It's okay, though. It's almost over. You can die now. Thank you. Get off my screen. I know what you are. Alright, we'll finish you off. That finishes that mission. Hopefully that gets us some piece of armor, because I kind of just want to get through this story bit. Alright, that finishes you. Give me things. Give me. I can already feel my stomach going, so I think once I hit the 2-hour mark, once we hit about 5 o'clock-ish, I think that's definitely gonna do it. I can already tell within the next like half an hour to an hour I'm gonna be starving. I don't really need any of them, but I guess I'll just take these right away. Okay. Now I think we can go back, because I don't think there's anything else outside of the fates here. Yep. Oops, wrong button. I need this one. And I think too, like, I only came prepared with like 2 talking points. I came prepared with the COVID stuff, which I knew I could go for like an hour on, and then I came prepared with the time splitter stuff. So beyond that, God only knows, like, when I keep doing these talking or chat and grind streams, I'll probably have a few more things to go with, rather than just kind of going with, like, a couple of things. Also, because it's like any of these streams, if you got something to ask, if you got something you want to talk about, you want to shoot the shit here, just type it. Doesn't matter. I'll talk about mostly anything, as long as it's, like, within reason. I don't even have to say what within reason is. I think you guys can have a pretty good grasp on what that is. And straight up, if I don't know anything about it, I'll straight up tell you, it's like, yeah, I have no idea what that is. So, like, if it's something that gets my curiosity, maybe I'll take a look. But, like, Side note. Is that really a good idea for an archer? Is it? Let's not worry about it. Alright, so we go to the other shroud now. At least I think so, actually. Hang on, let's check and make sure there isn't anything else I can take in here. There might be, so... Oh wait, there's an easier way to do this. Instead of walking the entire way. Let's go to the main plaza. Because then if there's nothing there, I can just immediately go out to the North Shroud. Alright, is there... Oh, that's not even the right... Can you tell that I don't go into Gridania very often, because I still haven't memorized much of the area? Alright, anything out here at all? Nope, it's all North Shroud. Okay. Nope, stop. I clearly clicked on the Ethernet. And there we go. Because who knows, right? Like, down the line, there's always going to be that... Especially because E3 is right around the corner. There's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about as we go forward. Lord knows, like, there's going to be a massive run of stuff soon. I'm just waiting for when that is. That is level 9. I should probably not go that way. Where's the nearest quest guy? Is he up on the... It must be up there. I must have to get up somewhere. So in the meantime, take some more quests in. So I think I'm still missing arm pieces and a chest plate before I can finish that story mission. And what are you giving me? I can't even remember what this one was supposed to give me. Hey, that's something. Even though it's not the greatest looking thing. These things sit in your inventory and don't last very long because they don't... it doesn't look nearly as bad. Hang on, I was wrong one. That's not terrible, although it kind of looks bad with my hair. Not the greatest look. That I will move to the... Actually, I'll move there because I don't have to use it very often. And then you What do you got for me? Some more experience. And there's just a lot of shit down there that I can do, so there must be a lot of enemies piled up. So, Mightling, must be a really old quest. If it's still level 3. Oh well, I'll take easy kills. Come here. Oh, level 4 now. We're moving up. Now I'm scared. Even though I'm double his level. Aww. He gave it his best shot. Or I guess it. I don't know what a Mightling's gender would look like underneath. I'm not gonna check the bottom, or you? I'm not doing it. You know, I normally don't attack things that close, but you seem to want to die, so, have fun. I'll even let you get a free shot in. There you go. I do not want to attack the level 12 tree ants. I definitely do not want to die early. Oh yeah, one more. Oh yeah, we are definitely ending the stream in 15-20 minutes. I am fucking starved. Actually, I might even grab a pretzel. Yeah, I'm grabbing a fucking pretzel stick right now. Good lord. I went from I'm okay to holy shit, I'm starving in like 15 minutes. That was brutal. I was like, who knows? Maybe 6 o'clock will work pretty well. And then like 4:40 hit and I went, oh no. No, it's not. Hey, no throwing rocks at me. That's illegal. Only I get to do range attacks. Don't ask me why I move. I know it doesn't do anything. It's just for my own amusement. My body just doesn't seem to know what it wants. I don't know how many times that I'm like, am I hungry? No, I can wait like maybe another hour. And then within like 2 minutes, it'll be like, nope, no, I'm not waiting. And be like, dude, you said you were fine 2 seconds ago. I changed my mind. I'm hungry now. I wonder if this is how I was like as a kid. And maybe this made my parents freaking miserable. Just all the time being like, you sure you're okay for now? Yeah, no, I can go another bit of the car ride without some food. And then literally within 5 minutes, I'm hungry. That's basically what my body feels like some days. Is that what it is all the time? Oh god. I'm not a parent, so I don't have to worry about that stuff. I'd probably be sitting there doing because I am such a detail-oriented person. I'd be like, dude, I asked you, and I'd probably be like, fucking stupid kids. How dare you? I friggin' asked you if you were hungry and you were like, no. And then you changed your mind. That would drive me nuts. The kind of person I am, that would absolutely drive me insane. I don't know how well that translates, but somebody wants everybody to hear their bass music. Because you gotta make sure everybody knows about those sweet beats you got outside. It's the one downside of it being warmer now. Now everybody feels comfortable with going outside in whatever vehicle they have that's just meant to serve to be loud as shit. There's one person, I think, in the building next to mine, who has an extremely loud muffler. Like, intentionally loud. Like, not, like just it's an old muffler with a hole in it kind of muffler. No, like, intentionally, like, stupid loud muffler. And last year, one point, it was in the dead of summer, so I had the window open because I needed it, because it was freaking hot as balls outside. This quest must be, at 6? There's level 9 things. How do I get to this thing? But at like 3 in the morning, out of nowhere, I hear this really loud, like I'm sleeping, by the way. So I wake up and all I hear is, I thought somebody had a fucking chainsaw next to me. You're not aware of what the hell's going on when you're asleep. I thought somebody was trying to kill me. If I could have shit my pants, I probably would have shit my pants right there. And I knew exactly what it was as soon as I got up, because this guy has a really bad tendency of just revving his fucking engine in the parking lot, because he is what we like to call in the English language an asshole. So I do appreciate that it's warmer again, because I don't like it when it's freezing cold, because even though I'm Canadian, winter can suck ass for all I care. I don't like it at the same time because it means some stupid shit, like people endlessly... Oh, are these guys going to attack me? Please don't. I just want to grab this thing. But yeah, when it's warm out, it just means I now have an endless supply of people that feel like they need to disturb everybody's peace and quiet. And it would be one thing if it was just like, okay, he has an old engine, but no, it's not. And it would even be one thing if it's just like, okay, he just doesn't go absolute... Oh. Fine, you convinced me. I forgot that I even put those things in there. That's true. I put that in there and I didn't have to hydrate yet. Somehow stretch came before the meme. I'll just have to make sure, nah, cool, that you don't get it. You don't stay in here long enough that you can have me play without my glasses on, although for this game it's probably not that big a deal, but you get the point. But no, I would understand if you liked having the loud engine, and when he's just like quiet. It was I don't know how that shit works. Maybe it's nothing that can be done. Maybe because it's loud is always that. But the one time that it woke me up, it wasn't like speeding off. It was like it was sitting there probably in park revving the engine. Like it was intentional. Revving the engine. Like, I don't know if you had a girl in the car or some shit. Because I assume it has to be a guy. Only a guy would be that fucking macho bullshit to do that. Oh, now you hydrate me. That actually helped. I just had the bit of a pretzel stick with the salt, and I could have used the water. Too bad, though. I'm going to eat more pretzels. Now the hydrator's meaningless. Ha! Take that, Twitch abilities. I keep getting missions that are not giving me the things that I need, and I just don't seem to care at this point. I'm supposed to be trying to get armor and stuff so I can actually progress through the story, and my brain's just like, no! You're playing a JRPG. Do everything else. I mean, that is the rule. You son of a bitch! I'm gonna run out of water soon. I'm not careful, I'm gonna fucking laugh and start choking on that water. Oh, that pretzel stick helped a lot, actually. Holy shit. I legitimately felt like I hadn't eaten forever for that moment. Oh man, that was brutal. Where is this thing on the map? Is it behind the building? Ah, so it is. Hey, it's my favorite. Collect all these things right next to a person who's just too lazy to fucking get them. It's funny though. I thought about it when I put these Twitch abilities in there, like the hydrate and the stretch, and I'm like, man, the stretch one's gonna come in handy because somebody's eventually gonna do that. And it's going to be more beneficial to me than it is for them because Lord knows I won't stretch if I don't have to. Because I take amazing care of myself, you know? I mean, I do take decent care of myself, but not as good as I probably should. I mean, I tried my best by having a really good chair, but there's only so much you can do before you kind of inevitably, like without knowing it, you accidentally hunch over a bit. Sometimes it's inevitable. Can't tell from... It says I'm in a Fate. I don't want to be in the Fate. I just want this thing. Oh, you're level 7. I need to back away from you. That is a bad thing to have right now. Back off. Now what are you going to do? You can't catch... Is it really that slow that it can't attack me? Really? That's kind of funny. Grab the thing, whatever the thing is. I don't know why, but I was watching an old podcast. If anybody's ever heard of... Unfortunately, he's passed away, but Total Biscuit back in the day, they had the co-optional podcast with him, Dex Bonus, who I think back then was Press Hard to Continue on YouTube, and Jesse Cox. And they had WWE superstar Xavier Woods, also known as Austin Creed of Up, Up, Down, Down. I don't know why, I just felt like I wanted to go back and watch it because I hadn't seen any of those in a while, and that's still one of my favorites. And they happened to be talking about Final Fantasy XIV, and I couldn't help but laugh at, like, Jesse talking about, yeah, like, let me just go play another game about collecting, you know, another 10 bear asses and all that stuff. And I'm like, it's funny because it's kind of true. I mean, it's not bear asses here, but it's certainly something else different. Wait, am I having to... I just slayed, like, 9 of those friggin' stupid Opopos. And I have to do it again because another mission calls for it? God damn it. Oh, you guys are so dead for this. How dare you, game. How dare you. That is kind of weird timing that, like, one mission has you killing them and then another does. I wonder if it was the archery mission. Yeah, it was, that's why. So it wasn't meant to cross over like that. I also probably went out of turn and went to this first, even though I didn't need to. Oh well. It's not like they're that difficult. They're annoying because they actually get to hurt me. But I'm basically not taking any real damage, so I'm not really concerned. Man, 20% really does mean 20%. I don't get that ability nearly as much as I wish I could. There's a good stretch where I wasn't doing them. Either that or I wasn't paying attention. That's also possible. That is something that I've noticed a lot when I've been playing on stream, is that I miss a lot of shit. Because I'm just not looking. Yeah, I'm almost level 10 before I even finish, like, a level 5 story mission. I'm gonna be able to go to the next place beforehand. I probably should, if I want to go to Limsa so bad, I probably should have just gone to Limsa and been a Marauder, but I really wanted to try out one of the Gardania classes because I haven't before. What do you got? Just more experience? Cool. None of you got... I'm literally to the point now that I'm going to be like level 10 and I still don't have any of the armor pieces that I need to actually accomplish anything in this. It may get to the point that I just give up and be like, fine, I'll buy level 5 pieces of armor. Will this hurt? Tiny bit. Alright, at least as an archer I can pull these guys out, which is nice. Pull this guy out. Come here! You know you wanna. Come on. It is a nice thing to have, because I love being a rogue and having the throwing daggers. Oh, it's so nice to be able to pull people aside and then just absolutely rinse them. Same here. It is nice to be able to not have to think about 10 guys that could all aggro on me at the same time. Instead, pick them off one by one. Even though they don't seem to notice that all their friends just seem to be disappearing, which is weird, I guess. But I guess they don't like their friends very much in this. That's a real shame. Because now they're all... Oh, that's not good. And I still win. Oh well, they can all yell at each other in the afterlife. Oh hey. A person trying to fuck with my chat by spamming it. Get banned. Fuck you. Bye-bye. Once every stream now. It seems like that's happening more than it used to. There used to be bots all the time, and none of this. And now as soon as like the bots seem to have been reduced, now this is happening a lot. So that's frustrating. I wonder if it's an affiliate thing. I wonder if this has only happened since I became affiliate. I'm trying to remember. I actually don't know. I can't remember if this happened before I hit affiliate. Have I done everything on this? I did. This guy is in a weird spot. It's not. It takes a little bit longer to get to than everywhere else on this map. It's kind of a... It's not a great placement. And now I'm about to level up, I think. Or I'm damn near close. Yep. So now I can just go wherever I want. So we got foot graze, which also does speed. Oh no. Oh yeah, binds target. Okay, so we put these together. Damn, how do I buy channel points? I want to spam stretch. I hate you. I don't hate you, but I hate you. Did I miss all of this? I missed that entire area. Where did I come? Oh, I must have come out there and just stayed there. There's nothing else here, so we're going that way. I missed an entire run of quest lines. Watch how all of these end up being like armor that I need. That would be really fun. I mean, just save up hundreds and just spam hydrate, and then you'll make me have to go leave the room to get more water. Following stream, he gets on being like, all right, I'm gonna mess with him again. Why is stretch costing 2,500 points? And you'll know why. You'll know why. So it kind of keeps them in place for a moment. Oh, that's really good. Oh, I'm poisoned. Well, I'd say that's bad, but I'm like taking no damage. I'm not too concerned about it. Should probably stick to these guys though, just in case. Because I don't think I have antidotes still. I'm only at 3? Damn. Why does it have to be 8? What did it say that he used? Oh, that'd be nice to know. Alright, now I gotta check what Streamlabs just banned. Because that's concerning. I don't know. Because that's the problem. I can't see what he said. Oh. I didn't ban bitch. Streamlabs, what are you doing? Now I gotta figure this out. Okay. Now we're experimenting. I did not ban bitch. Now I gotta look. Streamlabs, why are you being mean? Why are you being rude? Alright. Let's see. Word protection. Let's not. Unless Streamlabs... is it something else? Oh, use default blacklist. Is that why? Ah. So it's default. Streamlabs is declining my card for some reason. Okay. So now it should only be applying my blacklist. Oh, you did do a hydrate. It's all trapped in all the timeouts, so I couldn't tell what was right and what wasn't. Good thing I have 2 glasses. Yeah, that was a nightmare of a run there, so I didn't even realize that was a new hydrate. Damn, you tricked me. Oh, we got still 4 more, jeez. This specific quest. Oh, and I'm poisoned again. Oh, well. Poison you back. Still 2 more. This quest is way too damn long. You stay still. I don't want you coming near me. I don't want your bad breath. Get out of here. I was wondering, I thought it might have been a range attack that usually has the orange bar, but it doesn't, so it must just be a regular attack. Which is a shame, because that's not nice that I can get poisoned even though I try to avoid it. Oh, well, at least the poison doesn't last very long, and it doesn't damage me that bad. Alright. Now that we're finally at the area I was probably supposed to go to a while ago. I don't like that the Chocobo Keep always has the exclamation point because it's not actually a quest giver. That drives me a little bit crazy. No, that's just items. I thought I was about to say more micro chews. I'm like, if it does it again to me, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be slightly mad. I'm only gonna start accepting these things. Well, I think after I get out of this area, I probably should just stop accepting quests out of here because I'm gonna want to get the Limsa now. And it's gonna be a while before I hit 11 at this point. Still food. I mean, that's a helmet. I already have one. So it's a helmet. And it was a micro... I just saw it, too. God damn it. Nope. Nope. That's it. Where's my quest? That's not my quest. That's not my quest. That's the one I want. You? No. Do you? Never. Probably. Get rid of that one. Is there anyone that are just... Yeah, none of these give me anything, so we're gonna just start focusing on getting these things done. So where do I gotta go? Where's this one taking me? Did I just completely miss where this one was? Because that's Gridania. Did I just not see that on the map? I guess not. Yeah, no. We're giving up on this thing and we're just gonna go buy the armor sets now. I would have thought most of these quests would have given me it, but I guess not. Finish our archery quest as well. I don't mind archer, but I'm still gonna be going rogue for sure. Mostly just because I'm used to it, and if anything's gonna help when I'm using a new control scheme, it's probably that. Shut up. I'm clicking. Skip it. I don't care what your evaluation is. Am I supposed to know who that is? Because the music just suddenly changed. But she's a cat girl, so I guess I should shut up. Look, I don't make the rules. That's anime rules. You gotta listen to the cat girl. Oh, and that guy looks like an asshole. Oh yeah, he's an asshole. I think he's just mad because I look better than him. Oh, so we probably changed the line based on my race, I guess? Makes me wonder what he would do if he actually was the same race, like what excuse he comes up with there. So he's racist. Possessive bright eyes. Well, yes. Actually, I made my eyes literally white. My pupils are literally as bright as they can possibly be. So yes, I do have bright eyes. Thank you for noticing. Okay, well, we got the tunic, so I think it's just this we needed, right? Got a better bow. There. It's tempting to still take it, but like, no, I shouldn't. Because I am going to go try to be a rogue. So there's this other one. Where on the map is that? It's like... So it's in Old Gridania. Okay, so I gotta go to... Looks like it's either the Altar or the Conjurer's Guild. Oops, that's the wrong button. I kept thinking I had to hit the Aetherite button one more time, but I forgot it's only this one. Conjurer's Guild, there we go. Let's get that quest off of here now that we did it. Then we'll go back, present ourselves, because we look worse than what we did before. It's the only problem. The early armor sets in this game are horrible looking. Oh my god, you look horrible. Yes, I gave you your oil. And there would have been the gloves I wanted. So what I'll do is I will get these ones for if I ever pick up one of the, what's it called? The, something of the land? People of the land? I can't remember what it's called for all the crafting guild stuff. So I might as well prepare myself for that. Okay, so then, oops, I need that. So that's outside of Bent Branch Meadows. Fortunately, I didn't attune to that. Oh well, what are you gonna do? And then we'll complete that. Although I am gonna curiously try something here. If I go to the airship, can I travel? Don't think it lets you until you do the story part. But hey, it was a good experiment. Yep, I don't have to pass yet. Go figure. And there's no teleporter here, because why would the game do that? It's weird how they let you teleport to the airship and then don't give you a way back. You just have to walk all the way around again. A little weird decision. Alright, so I need to get to the central shroud then, which would be right there. Maybe it's because I'm sweating so much on the table, but fucking arm is just suddenly like itchy. Feels a little bit sweaty too, so I wonder if that's Because it's still 26 degrees in here, even though it's like friggin' 8 degrees cooler outside. I tried a little bit of Dying Light. It's the same I think it's the same thing, though. I don't really have anybody to play it with right now. So it's kind of one of those games where it just kind of falls to the wayside just because nobody else I know seems to want to go after it. Get through all the invisible walls. I enjoy it for what it is. I really wanted Dead Island to get better too, and that didn't end up turning into much. I think apparently I've heard not too long ago that they were still trying to produce another one, and I'm like, man, that game was supposed to be like 8 years ago. I want to say, like a long time ago. Well, I don't need either of those. Alright. Did I get any skills recently either? No, that next one's 12. And yeah, nothing else is coming out for a while. Okay, so nothing to worry about there. We just need to rush through the story as much as we can so we can get an airship ticket. You're out Left 4 Dead 2 squad, but love Dying Light. Yeah, I know. I know one of my buddies was playing Dying Light with a few people, like maybe a month or so ago, and they kind of finished their way through that. I think it won like a good full group, though. That's for sure. I mean, right now we're trying to find something to go pretty ham on, because we've got Killing Floor, we've got Fall Guys for the most part. We're trying to find like that next thing, and that so far has not been immediately easy. So where do I gotta go for this next thing? It wants me to go back that way. Kind of wanted to attune to that one. Actually, yeah, I'm going to attune to that crystal just in case I have to teleport back to it later. Probably just screwed my... there should be a way up. Nope. If I can get over these dumbass rocks. Is there an easy way up? Yeah, let's do the hard way. Hard way is always the best way. Aha! Where's the crystal? Up there. Okay. Then we'll go do that quest properly. Yeah, the pretzel stick kind of helped me kind of last for the last little bit until I breezed through a little bit more of the story now. So maybe we're good till 6 now. Maybe a little bit less, depends. We'll see how fast we get through the story stuff here. That'll kind of just depend on how soon I want to get through this. Or if I just shut it off and try again next time I got some stuff to talk about. What the fuck? Wait, perfect. Done. Oh, he's trying to run me down. I just wasted all my sprint for that too, so now this is going to take even longer to get over there. That was not the smartest idea I've ever had. I am way... Actually... Oh yeah, I am way too strong for that fate. Something for the book. I have to kill it. It's making me want to do it. Oh, I didn't finish the... Oh, that's right. I only killed 2 water sprites. Usually you gotta kill at least 3 or 4. You're gonna die. I don't make the rules. I have to kill you. The game told me so. There we go. That should finish the book, I think. No? Alright, fine. One more. Yes, it was 4. It's weird. Sometimes it's 3. It doesn't make a lot of sense why it seems to vary. Now we should be good. There it is. Something that looks like that you think would be a little bit bothered that I'm standing in front of it, but I guess not. The water sprites make sense. I'm like, yeah, the water sprite would be pretty chill. Those things, I wouldn't think so. Let's see, another one of you. You have to die too. I must finish the book that I'm probably not going to finish anyway because I'm going to change classes, but I can't help myself. I can't stop it. I have to kill the things. It's in my DNA. Oh, that one requires 4 too. Boo! Making me work. Alright. I don't think I actually knew about this place even when I was playing the other free trial and I was running around through here. I guess probably because I didn't have to go this way because I didn't take the lower level quests back then. Because by the time I was officially running through here, I was like 20s. Didn't need to be over here. I guess if you start in here, it makes more sense. I don't think I've done this. Yeah, no, because I've never done Gridania to start, so I've never had to do this instance battle. Because I've always either done Ul'dah or Limsa. So I guess we'll see what's going to happen here. As I look so goddamn good doing it.
Look, someone's already here.
It's a Moogle!
Oh dear. Is that a sword in the stump? Bad idea. Really bad idea.
I'm pretty... Now that I'm actually hearing this voice properly, because I've heard it a little bit, because she's one of the characters you'll see later on in the game, regardless of what part of the story you start in. I'm pretty sure... What's the name of that character in Dragon Quest XI? Is it Veronica? I gotta look that up now. Now that's bugging me.
It takes a lot less than that to incite the Green Wrath, you know? Why, the first time we came to the
Oh god, it's glitching horribly.
Oh
Oh god. Oh
Oh
god, I broke it. Okay, don't ever click aside when a cutscene's going on. I've learned. Stop talking. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm not gonna do it again. I'll do it later.
No, not this one. Not even close. Kippo!
Ah, it's a Moogle.
You know him, Kuplo Cop?
Well, not exactly, but we did once share a carriage. Isn't that right?
You didn't finish with Kupo. Didn't finish with Kupo. Very upset. Not canon.
Last. There is a disturbance here as well, and newly manifested at that.
What are you doing? Get on with it.
Kuplo Cop seems convinced of your innocence. But if this isn't your doing, whose is it?
Probably
Ever since
Dio.
the calamity, the forest's been really sensitive. The slightest disruption to the etheric flow, and this sort of thing happens.
They're just so chill about it. Just like, it's no big deal. Oh, it's just a giant tree ant. With, like, Kano laser eyes. Should be easy. I mean, I'm an archer, right? I should have no problem with my, tiny arrows
We have little
beating a
choice.
tree. Okay, well, they're magic arrows, okay? We'll go with that. Even though it makes no sense, don't worry about it. It doesn't have to make sense. Oops. Hit too many buttons and I accidentally turned the play guide on. I didn't want to do that. Kill the small boys first. I'll make it look like I'm doing stuff. Oh, forgot I can't. Can't do that at the same time. Something else spawned in. Has it come over yet? No, I don't have to rush it yet. Alright, now I should. Oh, hello. Hey, back off. And I shot the one that was just killed off. Good job, me. If it looks a little bit dodgy in seconds, it's because I'm clicking off the screen to like adjust the volume, and apparently if you click off screen, the game just decides to like suddenly get slightly laggy whenever that happens. There are a lot of little enemies coming at me. Good thing I don't... Oh, actually, I'm taking a little bit of damage, aren't I? Alright, can we actually finish him up this time? Yeah, we should be. I don't think I do any damage to it. I think it's them doing all the damage. Yeah, I'm just kind of here for the fun, I guess. Even though I'm like... Oh, I'm down to level 9. I forgot they level gated me. I love how they did all the real work, and yet they're the ones who were tired. Like, they're clearly higher level than me, but they're the ones tired. I'm just like, that was easy. What are you guys bitching about? Guess the treasure's all mine then. They're too tired. Hey guys, it's a Final Fantasy game where you collect crystals. It's never happened before, right? My character looks so dumb with the eye patch.
Think.
You know what? I'm skipping this because I've seen it. It's gibberish. It's literally just gibberish. You can get out of this. It doesn't hurt anything. So much of that cutscene is just like the light and the darkness. Like it's just fucking over the top. Like what's the word? It's like projecting. Remember the first time I watched it being like, is it over yet? Can I go back to killing random little ladybugs like this one? Fuck you. Ha, that's what I thought. How far are we away to? Oh, not that far. Now that I'm playing this game all over again, I miss my chocobo. Yeah, it's like that chocobo. There, take the shit. I don't need a blade. Something is afoot. Can I cut their foot off? Does that work? Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to check on the voice actor for that one character. So, yeah, it was Veronica. So, Dragon Quest XI Veronica voice actor. Okay, Lauren Coe, I think is what it is. Is she in Final Fantasy? That doesn't help. Does it say who her voice actress is? No, it's not the same person, but it sounds a lot like Veronica from Dragon Quest XI. So I'm wrong, but I don't know, it sounded pretty close. But then again, if it's somebody putting on an English accent, you know. You also do play Dragon Quest XI, and it's like they cake on the friggin' sound effects. Or not the sound, the accents. Alright, where's this gonna take me? Oh, so it's right there. Well, at this point, I think I'm actually gonna take off anyway, only because I now have to pee pretty bad, and I'm hungry. So it makes sense. I got about 2.5 hours out of the stream, so I'm not complaining. It was a kind of a test stream anyway. Actually ended up being a nice test stream for hydrating and stretching. Not cool. Thank you so much for that. Still got a full glass though, so you lost this battle. But yeah, I don't know how often I'll be doing these kinds of streams. I know when I start playing Mass Effect still is my main, this will kind of be more like my game that I'll throw on when I have a couple of things I want to talk about, because there are a lot of things that I do want to rant about, and I just never seem to have a place to do it. And it's not the easiest to do in a more intensive game. Like, Mass Effect is not the easiest game to do that in. I tried doing it with Outriders, and it doesn't always work, so it probably just makes more sense if I pick a game like this. It doesn't require too much. And it works out nicely that I really like playing this game anyway, and it doesn't require too much of my attention, so it's perfect. So yeah, that is going to do it for this show. So for everybody watching, oh, I forgot, the audio is still on. Desktop audio, get the hell off. There, now it's quiet. So yeah, thank you so much for checking out the stream. For everybody that hung in there, not cool, obviously you being the one who assaulted me the most. You definitely get the special thanks on this one. Same goes for Defiance, and I did see, I think Boris was hanging around there kind of checking things out, so that was cool. Well, apparently the chat box is a little bit low in here. I should fix that while I'm at it. There, perfect. That problem solved for next time. Fixing stuff as we go. But yeah, that's going to do it for the stream. Obviously, again, if you're watching this live, if you don't already follow me, which I believe you do. Oh, and he's hydrating me now. Oh, I see what's happening here. Oh, I see. I see what's going on. But yeah, if you don't already follow me, whether you're watching this live or checking it on the VODs, please do that. In the next 24 hours, because affiliate prevents me from doing so, or legally prevents me from doing so, I'll put these all up on YouTube. YouTube.com/CSRadical. They get put on... Oh, he's doing it again. I may have to institute a no, I'm going to completely ignore hydrate things if I'm at the end, but for now I'll accept it. But youtube.com/CSRadical. It is a unlisted video, all the streams, but if you go to the videos and then select playlists, you can see the streams playlist. That is all my streams. I just don't like to clutter my YouTube channel with streams when I do have a lot more podcasts and clips and like solo videos that I used to do. I don't feel like putting like 4-hour streams on top of it. So it's in its own little playlist to kind of hide it away. But otherwise, twitter.com/CSRadical to follow me there. I'd say Instagram, but I don't use Instagram anymore, so I wouldn't suggest that either. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for checking out the stream today. I I normally do 7 p.m. Eastern on Mondays, but because today was the holiday, I ended up using this time instead. I'm probably not going to stream Mass Effect tonight. I'll probably find another night to do it, or just wait till Sunday when I normally get back to game streaming. Otherwise, the next time you will guarantee see me live is on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, when I do the VCR podcast. We didn't do last week because I felt like shit, and Chris also didn't have internet. So 2 out of 3 hosts wasn't going to work too well. But we are definitely going to be back on Wednesday. So, that being said, guys, thank you one more time for checking out the stream, and I will see you next time. Have a good night, day, whatever it may be where you are. Have a good one.